Hey, what's up, guys? So today we're going to do the breakdown on this Ruger 1022, and I'm actually going to change one thing on this, and I'll show you as I do it. But the thing I'm going to be changing is when everything's locked in, last round's fired, bolt still goes forward, and then it'll dry fire like so. And then take your mag out, and then if you're wanting to lock the bolt to the rear, you have this lever right here, and basically you pull the bolt back and then you push that in and it will lock the bolt to the rear for you. Now if you want to send this bolt back forward again, on other guns you could simply just pull the bolt back just a little bit and let go, and it would return to the front. It doesn't do this on this, as you just saw, and that's what I'm going to change. So when I get done, I'm going to be able to just slightly pull the bolt back and let go, and it will return to the front. Because right now you have to pull the bolt to the rear, push the lever in again. Alright, come on now. Push that in a second time to the front, and then it will go. So it's kind of a little bit of a pain, and that's what we're going to change. But first, let's go ahead and get this broke down and show you that. It's pretty simple. We're going to remove this front piece right here. It's the barrel band. And it's best to get this as loose as you can, so that way you don't mar up your barrel or anything. And it's just a plastic piece, so we'll remove that. And then the next thing we're going to pull out is we're going to pull out this hex head, and it doesn't actually pull all the way out, it just simply loosens. See if I have the right one. Bingo. So and you'll see that I can't pull that out, it just loosens up. So then this should come out, and what you're going to want to do is keep that safety in between each other as you pop this out. And this one is wanting to stay in there there it goes. Just like that. So that removes that. And then we're going to remove the trigger assembly, because that's where the piece is that I need. And it just has two pins, one here, that we're going to remove. Sometimes pins go in easier from one side than the other. So it looks like they're going to want to come out from this side. So that's what we'll use. Let's keep this on the pad all the way. I don't have to smack it with a hammer, I don't want to. That's what I'm trying to avoid here. But it looks like I'm going to have to give this a little bit harder tap. There it goes. So still didn't want to come out all the way. some pins are like that. Anybody who owns a gun and has broken one down knows that some pins are just a pain in the butt. So there we go. So this is what we wanted out. You can tell this is pretty dirty, so this has got to be cleaned. Anyway, really filthy. So the issues I was having the other day with certain rounds not cycling, this is definitely the problem. There's tons of crap up in here, so it's a good thing we're getting this done. Okay, so the next pins we're going to need to take out. This one up here, and then this one down here. Those will be the only two that we need to take out, just these two. Or actually it's this one right here, and then this lower one. So just those two. Be a slightly smaller punch. This one might be small enough. And these come out a lot easier, so if I can push out the right one. You'll see that that spring right there popped up because that pin's holding that spring down. Once we got those two out, the piece we're wanting is this one right here. So we're going to take the extractor, set that off, and this one should just slide right up and out. And this is the part that I wanted. Okay, this is the part that we need to fix. That little notch right there needs to be taken down and rounded out, and that'll prevent what's happening. And basically, to simply do that, we're just going to stick it into a vise and take a file to it and just file that down. So while I'm doing that, I'll stop this video, and then when we come back I'll show you. I got everything back together, and we're just going to do a quick function test to make sure this is working properly. And then I'm going to show you what I did, and I'm going to cut the video off and clean this gun. So we got everything back together, and we're just going to do a functionality check. And I'm going to take it apart, show you what I did, and then that'll be the end of the video, because then I'm going to do a whole bunch of cleaning here. But basically, works just fine. Now it's locked. Now before we would have to pull this back and manipulate this lever right here. Now we don't have to. So to make sure that the weapon is cycling properly and ejecting rounds, I'm just going to do a quick test here. Make sure this is working the way it should. There we go. So just like so. Works just fine. So there we go. So it cycles, does everything like it's supposed to. So now I'll pop this apart real quick, show you what I did. And then I gotta get the cleaning. This sucker. Alright. So when I last left you, we had taken this apart, and we're going to do that again here real quick. Remember this pin, top pin out. Now I'm going to reassemble it for you because I didn't show you that, so I will reassemble it for you, but this is what we did. Okay, so we filed all this, made a nice good oval. If you're ever afraid you're taking out too much, just stop where you're at, put it in, and check it, and see that it's working. If it's not, you know, to file a little bit more. But here we go. So this is where we're at. We're reinserting in like so. Okay. Slide it down. Now the bottom pin is the pin that is the pain in the butt pin. Get that. I only took that part way out so I could get that in easier. So, okay. Now this spring right here, it has a crooked end and it has a straight end. Okay, we're leaving both, they were both up when we put this piece in. Now drop it down, and the crooked end, if you can see, sits on top of that. Okay, take the straight end, push it down, because this pin is what holds that in place and holds the pressure to that spring. If you don't have the spring in right, when you're trying to bring that back and release it, it won't do it. It'll lock the bolt back, but it won't release it. You'll have to actually kind of pull on this. So make sure that you have the spring back in there right, or no matter how much you file, it's not going to work. Okay, so make sure that spring's back in right. So we got that pin in. Now we're going to put the extractor back in, just like so, and drop it on place. And that's it. Now you're done. You can put this back in, reassemble the weapon, the auto bolt, or the, I want to call it auto bolt, but now you have a bolt that you don't have to manipulate that little lever with. Alright. That's it. Thanks a lot. God bless.